or axial line. Hmm. Electric field due to dipole on axial line. We have already done this. Now, electric field due to dipole on equatorial line. Okay, so first you must see what is equatorial line. Actually, equatorial line is the line which is perpendicular to the effective length of dipole and passing through the midpoint of dipole. See, suppose this is the dipole. Okay, it is dipole plus q minus q, and it is center of the dipole and a line passing through this point perpendicular to the dipole. Then this line is called equatorial line. Okay, and we have a point somewhere here on this equatorial line. This point is P. This point is P. It's A, it's B. Now we are going to calculate electric field at P. Okay, so first tell me what is the direction of electric field at point P due to A. See, suppose it is positive charge and here we have a point P. So what must be the direction of electric field due to Q charge? 1 or 2, which may be correct?
Sir, 1.
1 will be correct, away from the charge. Due to positive charge, electric field is always away from the charge. So
What's a negative charge?
towards the charge.
Towards the charge.
I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'll tell you. It is EA. It is EA. Electric field due to charge A. Suppose it is a negative charge and we are calculating electric field here. Then what would be the direction of electric field at this point? First or second?
Second.
Second, because this negative charge will attract a charge placed at here if that is positive, and generally we calculate the direction, we find the direction using test charge, and that test charge is +1 coulomb charge. So here if we place a +1 coulomb charge, then that charge will be attracted by Q, so the direction will be towards the charge. So due to B, the direction of electric field must be in this direction. So it is EB. Now the resultant electric field will be in this direction. It is E. Okay, it's E. Okay, now listen. Suppose this angle is theta. Suppose this angle is theta. That means this angle will be theta and this angle is also theta. Okay, so the angle between EA and EB is 2 theta. EA and EB is 2 theta. Suppose the distance, this distance is R, it is X, and it's L. It is L. Now see, since both the charges are equal in magnitude, and having same distance from point P, same distance from point P, therefore
सर राम को अंदर ले लो सर, उसका मैसेज आया है.
wow. Okay, therefore EA will be equal to EB according to magnitude. Since this distance, see, what is the formula of electric field? It is E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Okay, at this point, the electric field due to this charge is EA. Electric field due to this charge is EB. Since both the charges are equal in amount and having the same distance from the P, that's why the magnitude of electric field A and electric field B will be same. Electric field A will be equal to electric field B in amount, only in magnitude. Okay, only in magnitude. Now we have two ways to solve this question. The first is E is equal to EA square EB square plus 2EA EB cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta. The first method is this. We can solve like this also. And the second is, we can resolve EA and EB both. We can resolve EA and EB both. So I will suggest you the second method. Actually, it is prescribed in your books also. So at point P, look this very carefully. If we resolve EA, then
सर
yeah.
सर एक बार और परेशान करूंगा सर, मीत को और ले लो, उसका भी मैसेज आया.
Okay. Okay, now see. See, if we resolve EA, then the resolutions are EA cos theta, and in this direction, it is EA sin theta. Okay. And if we resolve EB, then in this direction, we found EB cos theta, and in this direction, it will be EB sin theta. Now tell me, can I cut EA sin theta
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल
EB sin theta by EB sin theta?
बिल्कुल, यस सर.
Why?
बिकॉज सर दोनों अपोजिट फोर्स हैं सर, तो कैंसिल हो जाएंगे.
हाँ, दोनों का
सर
मैग्नीट्यूड
अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में
सेम.
हाँ, okay, okay. At point P, see at point P, on y-axis, EA sin theta is equal to minus EB sin theta. That means EA plus EB, no, sorry, EA sin theta plus EB sin theta will be equal to 0. Okay, will be equal to 0. Why? Because EA is equal to EB in magnitude. Okay, on x-axis, E net, the net electric field will be equal to EA cos theta plus EB cos theta. Okay, so we can write E is equal to EA cos theta plus EB cos theta. But we know that EA is equal to EB. We can write E is equal to 2EA cos theta. Why? Because EA is equal to EB. Do you have any problem till there?
No sir.
No, sir.
Okay, that's good. Now, consider it equation number 1. Now, EA, what is the formula of electric field? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. But here, charge is Q and R is the distance from the charge. So what is the distance of P from charge Q? This is the distance, which is X. So we will write here X square, or we can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square plus L square. Am I clear? X square equal to R square plus L square using Pythagoras theorem. L square plus R square will be
Yes sir, yes sir.
okay, using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so okay, it's good up to here. Now we have calculated EA. Now we'll calculate cos theta. And cos theta is equal to, what is the cos theta? Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse. So in this triangle, see, in this triangle, cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. That means L by X. Got it? It will be L by X.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
L by
sir.
x. Okay, L by x. Okay, no problem. Write it L by root r square plus L square. Clear? Because x is equal to root r square plus L square. Am I clear? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now put these values in equation number 1. Putting in equation first, we will have E is equal to Q and EA is this, means 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square plus L square multiplied cos theta, and the value of cos theta is L by C, L by R square plus L square, L by root R square plus L square. Now see. Okay, now see. E is equal to 2Q and L. What it become?
2LQ.
Will it become 2QL is equal to
P that
Dipole
dipole moment.
Dipole moment बन जाएगा.
so 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P upon, now see this, R square plus L square into R square plus L square power 1 by 2. Is there any problem? I wrote it like power 1 by 2. See, we can write
Yes,
root
sir.
x is equal
Okay,
to
sir.
power 1 by 2. Is that clear? Okay. Now, the power of this bracket is 1. So, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P upon R square plus L square power 3 by 2. If base are same, then power will be added. So, 1 plus 1 by 2 becomes 3 by 2. This is the formula to calculate electric field on axial line. But in board, you will asked to calculate the electric field due to a short dipole. So for a short dipole, suppose this is the dipole and point is somewhere here at a long distance. That means this R will be greater than L. Okay, R will be greater than L. For a short dipole, R is greater than L. So we can write E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P upon R square power 3 by 2. I eliminated L square. Okay, I eliminated L square. So E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P by R cube. This is the formula to calculate electric field at equatorial line. Okay, clear? I'm writing a note here.
Sir.
Yes.
आपने सर L square eliminate क्यों किया सर?
Yes.
क्योंकि उसकी वैल्यू नेग्लिजिबल होगी लगभग R के सामने.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So here now see this note. E axial is always equal to 2 into E equatorial for the same distance and same dipole. Look at this formula. This 2 is extra in this. Otherwise, the formula is same as equatorial line. See this and see this. See, 2 is extra. Otherwise, the complete formula is same. So we can write E axial is equal to 2 E equatorial. Clear? Now come to the next topic. And these are electric field lines. Electric field lines. Very important. Actually, it comes in your objective exam, objective questions. See, these are imaginary lines on which a unit positive charge can move freely. Can move freely. Ouch. Suppose we have a positive charge here. It's Q of any amount. I'm not telling you the amount. It may be of any amount plus Q. And we want to find the direction of force at this point. Then what to do? We put a unit positive charge at that point. Suppose I place a 1 coulomb charge here, which is 1 minute, let me make some space. Q naught, unit positive charge Q naught. Suppose I place Q naught here, then what would be the direction of force on it?
Sir, outward direction.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one? Tell me what may be the direction of force on this charge Q naught due to this positive charge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't 5 directions. Select any one of them.
Sir, I think 2.
Actually, it will be the direction away from the charge on the same line. Okay, so 2 is correct answer. 2 is correct. Okay. If I place Q naught here, then what would be the direction? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which may be the correct option?
4.
4, sir.
So to find the direction of force, we need to put a unit positive charge. Okay. And the direction of force is that direction on which the unit charge can move, on which the unit charge can move, and that is the path of unit positive charge, and that is called the electric field line. That means the line is the path on which a unit positive charge can move freely. Suppose here we have a unit positive charge Q naught. Okay, I'm showing you the direction. See it very carefully. Is this correct? What am I doing? Tell me, was it correct? The motion of this charge.
नहीं sir.
Look it very carefully. Is this motion correct?
No sir.
No, sir.
Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is correct. So the line will be this. This will be the line of electric field. This will be the line of electric field. It is 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 again electric field line. Everywhere away from the charge. This will be the line of electric of a isolated point charge. Okay. And if I say here we have a negative charge. Okay, it is negative charge minus Q, and we need to find the direction of electric field. Then suppose I place a unit positive charge here, then what would be the direction? First and second, which is correct? 1 or 2, which is correct?
Second.
2.
The second.
Second will be correct, because the test charge is always 1 coulomb positive charge, and definitely it will move towards the charge like this. Okay, towards the charge. That means the electric field line are same again. These are the electric field lines, but at this time the direction will be towards the charge. Clear? The direction will be towards the charge. Okay, so I'm giving you a homework. Your homework is write the properties of electric field line. Second, draw the electric field lines of a dipole. So this you have to do. And if you will be unable to solve these questions, I'll tell you how to solve, how to write the properties, what are the properties, and how to draw the electric field line. But try at least once. At least once you must try this. If you will not try, then you will not get the concept. What is the concept behind it? Okay. Now see electric flux. Again, a very important topic. Electric flux. Okay. So what is flux? Keep in mind every time. This topic is
जो कि flow होता है वो
listen. This topic is in your electrostatics, electromagnetism, and in light also, in optics. That means in optics also. Okay. So electric flux. Suppose. Okay. Now see this. Suppose it is an object. Okay. It is an object. Rectangular cuboid. And it is positively charged. Then the electric field line will be like this. Is that clear? These will be the electric field lines. All will be parallel to each other, perpendicular to the surface. Keep in mind, electric field line always enter and emerges perpendicular to the surface of the conductor.
एक property तो यही हो गई.
Yes, correct. Now see in this. Here the lines are diverging. Here the lines are diverging. Here the lines are converging. Okay. So this is called irregular electric field. Irregular or non-uniform. Okay. And here it is regular or uniform electric field. Okay. So please keep in mind. I'm removing this. Now electric flux. Denoted by phi E. If you write phi, only phi, doesn't matter, it works. But when you completed the syllabus, there are 3 phi's. Phi E, phi B, phi O. Okay, it is electric flux, it is magnetic flux, it is optical flux. Okay. So now electric flux is, first I'm writing definition and then I will explain you. Electric flux is number of electric lines passing or associated perpendicular to a surface is called electric flux. Okay. So suppose I'm drawing the same diagram here. No, I must draw another. See, suppose it is the electric flux. Sorry, electric field. It is electric field, regular electric field. It is regular electric, positive and negative. Electric field lines always move from positive to negative. Okay, and I have a surface here like this. This is the surface. No, this is the surface. Okay. If I place it vertically, then it would be the diagram. Definitely number of lines passing through this surface are 4 and through this are 6 more. Now tell me, is surface area vector or scalar quantity?
Sir, scalar.
Vector.
Vector quantity. Vector quantity. Its area vector will be in this direction, ds vector, and its area vector is in this direction, ds vector. Here the angle between electric field and area is theta, and here the angle between electric field and theta or ds is 0. Okay. See this, here theta is equal to 0, here theta is not equal to 0. So see this, as theta is decreasing, number of lines passing through the area is increasing. Okay, see again, the theta is decreasing and flux is increasing. So tell me any one ratio, sine or cos, in which the value of sine or cos, whose value decreases when increasing the angle, sine or cos?
Cos.
Cos.
Sir, cos.
Cos theta, correct. The value of cos theta increases on decreasing theta, and value of sin theta decreases on decreasing the angle. See. Now by the definition, what we need? Number of electric lines passing perpendicular to the surface is called electric flux. So that means we need to make it perpendicular. Okay, to make it perpendicular, see this, removing this, we have to resolve, to make it perpendicular, we have to resolve ds in the direction of E. So what would be the resolution? ds cos theta will work in the direction of electric field. So the electric flux d phi will be equal to E into ds cos theta. E into ds cos theta, or we can write d phi is equal to E dot ds. Okay, if we want to calculate the complete flux, then phi will be equal to integration E dot ds, and it will be surface integration. This is the formula. Okay, so we need to write the definition again, and the definition will be, electric flux is, so electric flux is scalar product of electric field and area vector. Clear? So you can directly write it. D phi is equal to E dot ds, or phi equal to surface integration E dot ds, which can be written as E dot ds cos theta, and it can be written as surface integration of E dot ds cos theta. Now calculating the maximum flux. Now see case 1, if theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0, see this, theta is equal to 0, that means area vector is parallel to electric field but surface is perpendicular. Don't be confused by these words. Area vector is, area is parallel to electric field and surface is perpendicular to electric field. ds is parallel to electric field, otherwise you will be confused, right? ds. Okay, in that case d phi is equal to d phi is equal to E dot ds cos 0, which is equal to E dot ds, because cos 0 is equal to 1. So it is maximum flux. It is maximum flux. And if theta is equal to 90 degree, that means ds is perpendicular to electric field and surface is parallel to electric field. See this. I'm talking about this condition. I'm talking about this condition. In this, it is ds which is at 90 degree with electric field, and this surface, and this surface is parallel to electric field. In that case, d phi will be equal to E dot ds cos 90. Tell me what is the value of cos 90?